Assalamu alaikum ji. Welcome back to another episode of Kiya, Kazi. My guest today was Manal Garib. Manal Garib is a makeup artist. She has her own studio. It's called Manal's Beauty Studio in Phase 2. She also is co-owner of a fitness apparel brand called Living Fit Apparel. I got that right the first time. You dekho, mashallah se. We get to speaking about what it is to pursue your dreams, what it is to not beholden to societal imperatives, to let yourself be governed by the hope to pursue your dreams and the hope to move forward constantly, and about what it is to be a woman operating a business in Pakistan. Enjoy. Three, two, one. Manal Garib. How you doing, Manal?
Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. It's okay. We're good. We've made it. Now we're here. This podcast has been 8 months in the making.
Yep.
Because of the
COVID.
lockdowns.
Yeah.
Let's start with what you do.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. No, matlab, not existentially what you do. Like, do I ponder on the meaning of life? No. But so you're a makeup artist.
Yes, I am. So I just recently opened up my own studio as well.
Fantastic. No, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
No.
Okay. It's called Manal's Beauty Studio.
Okay.
In Phase 2.
Okay.
So we just opened up and it's officially launching very soon. Next week, we have a launch event.
Inshallah.
So
Next week, we're recording. Today is the... Aaj kya tarikh hai?
today, I have my phone. Today is the 3rd.
Today is the 3rd of February. So first week of February, you're launching in the second week of February.
Yes. So our launch party is on the 12th. Like I've been taking work, like it opened up in December, late December, but officially launching like on the 12th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then aside from that, I don't know if you know, I have a clothing brand, Living Fit Apparel. It's an activewear brand.
Obviously, I didn't do any research.
Oh.
Because I just wanted to talk. So when I asked you to come on last, you were doing freelance makeup. You were doing freelance makeup artist work, and I wondered.
I actually wasn't.
What were you doing? What were you doing?
So at the time, I was working at Natasha's salon.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No freelance stuff.
I was doing freelance. So I was into freelance before I started working there. Mm-hmm. And then COVID happened. She had to shut down and then I continued freelance.
Well, shut down, not for good, I'm
not
hoping.
For good. She's still doing her appointments to shut her space down.
Okay.
So then I continued freelance.
And I wondered, right? So we must get into your new salon, inshallah, and the clothing brand, obviously. But I wondered, and this was my paradigm for looking at, why I wanted to have a conversation with you, is because you come from wealth, alhamdulillah. Like you're comfortable. Wealth is a very strong word, but you're comfortable.
Sure.
You didn't need to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Why? At what age did you decide? Because you're also very young, mashallah. Say, at what age did you decide, I want to work?
Yeah.
And then what age did you decide that I want to work in this? Or was it the opposite? Did you decide makeup artist first and then?
I never decided makeup artist.
Okay.
Like growing up, I wanted to be a fashion designer. And then I wanted to be an interior designer. And then I loved painting and drawing. So naturally, only art school here, one of the good art schools in this valley, I went there I finished a semester and a half. And I decided I'll just take the usual route that people take. Because everyone's graduating, applying to college. But it never felt like me.
Okay.
It just didn't.
Okay.
And
applying to college abroad?
No, here.
Okay.
Just doing college in general.
Okay.
I feel like they really put you in a box. So I'll get
Fair?
into
Yeah,
that.
of course. Yeah.
It never felt like me. But with makeup, I was always that like girl who used to skip school to watch YouTube videos all night. Like I was that into it. I loved it so much. So it was always in my life. I just didn't know that it could be a career.
Right. Okay. But at what age do you decide that, I want to do something with this?
I decided actually in Indus.
In Indus,
Yeah,
okay.
that I want a career out of this.
Okay.
And then I started taking makeup appointments at home. Then I went to makeup school and
makeup school where? Makeup school where here?
No, so I went to makeup school in Dubai.
Okay.
Yeah, I went there. It was just a month long and I did courses here and there. I was always practicing.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't something that you go learn and get a degree.
That's what I was going to say, yeah. I'm assuming it's just practice more often than not. Okay, beautiful. Not beautiful that it didn't work out, but beautiful otherwise. Alhamdulillah, you're good. Okay, but again, what year is this when you're taking these appointments at home?
So this is around 2016, 17.
It's a colloquialism, right? And pardon my casual use of language, but was it how was the market in 2016? Were people doing this? Were people making a go of it and making money, just taking appointments at home?
As a career?
Yeah.
People were. Yeah, you have. I feel like that's in every field here or wherever you go, especially when you're in the industry. You're like, oh, this girl's also doing it. This girl's also doing it. So lots of people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And in layman's terms, what is it that you love about makeup or performing it on other people?
Yeah. Can you understand people like painting a canvas
Of
as
course,
therapy?
of course.
So it's kind of like that. I don't know. There's so much I love about it. Like the textures, like I obsessively collect it, the colors. And like I have this thing where you look at someone's face and you're like, not to sound really like superficial, but you're like, oh, I could do their eyeliner like this. Like I could do it so much better. It's just art, right? Like it's just like an art form.
How to augment their temporarily augment their face to make it look better.
Not only to make it look better. Sometimes people want to look better. Sometimes they want to look more glamorous. Sometimes they want to just look weird. So there's like editorial makeup.
Weird?
Like for shoots, like editorial. So it's just like you have one canvas, which is a person's face, and you can do like 1,000 different things with it.
Right. It's definitely exciting.
Yeah.
What's okay? And then flash forward. So you did that, and then how did you end up working? You said Natasha's.
Yeah.
Which is a big deal, I think.
Yeah.
That's a big.
Yeah.
मुझे नहीं पता ना ऐसे आप क्यों बोल रहे हो? Yeah. Like I have not checked. What's the best makeup studio in Karachi? Why would I be asking around?
Yeah. Sure.
What have you been doing, Kazi? But anyways, so how did you from taking some appointments?
So I kept like working on myself, working on my skill, went to school to get like a proper diploma in it. They teach you how to do it professionally. And I had taken a class from her back before makeup school.
Okay.
So I admired her makeup for a long time. And I was like, it would be so cool to work here and to work with her. So she had put up this post that they're taking new artists on board. So I applied and I got in.
So a couple of things now. There's that cliche, never meet your heroes. But was she good to work with?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's pleasant to work with.
She's more like a friend to me now.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm assuming is much older than you.
Yeah, she's a lot older than me.
But she's still a friend?
She is like a friend to me. I feel like a mentor, a friend. She's taught me so much. Yes, as a boss, you kind of have to give it straight. But then if you're working with someone in a business, you take that criticism, you better yourself, and it's for your good only. But she's taught me so much. So, yeah.
Beautiful. Acha. How do you if you're still in touch? Are you still in touch?
Yeah.
How did she receive the news that you were going to start your own studio?
Really well.
Really well?
Yeah, she was really happy for me.
Yeah, but this is so this is refreshing now, mashallah say. A few industries I've seen, the music industry being one of them, and then now you're telling me I have not had any insights into the makeup industry before this. But now there's this environment of fostering youth, right? Compared to her, you're young. You absolutely have no experience running a salon, right? And yet, if she's positive, I think that's a beautiful thing.
It definitely is, and that's why I respect her so much. Like, you teach someone, you help someone grow, and then when they're ready to fly, you're like supportive. What could be better than that?
Yeah, what could be better? But erstwhile, most industries have seen the opposite attitude, no?
Yeah.
Dusro ki taange kaato, stuff of this sort. Beautiful. We'll come back to your studio, but let's just take one detour and talk about your fitness apparel.
Sure, yeah.
So what's that about?
So my sister Sana and I run the brand.
Okay.
So she started a blog around the same time I started my makeup page.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
so neither one of you were going to do like engineering or... No, that was ye nahi karna.
No, I was always not that great at studies. I love reading, I love learning, but I just never did well in school.
So like exams and stuff?
Yeah, I was always like an artsy person.
Where'd you go to school?
Grammar?
Okay.
Yeah.
Through.
Yeah.
A levels be?
Yes,
Okay.
A levels also.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Ek minute. If you were in grammar, you couldn't have been horrible. They wouldn't have kept you, right?
I wasn't horrible.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
talking
I'm
to someone who
selling myself short.
Or I think because I got 1A in O levels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, no, I got like 5 A's.
Okay.
So
So you're not horrible then, are you?
I did the work. I didn't love it. I did the work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sana started her fitness page back in 2017 called livingfit.pk.
Okay.
So she pursued her training career, and then she was like, there's literally no good activewear to buy locally. Why do I have to go buy
For women?
Nike? For women.
Okay.
Why do I have to buy Nike and all of that? We were like, let's start something.
Yeah.
So we started this brand called Living Fit Apparel.
Okay.
Like from her thing.
Yeah.
And it started off very, very small. We used to pack the clothes from home,
Okay.
actually,
That's
sell
awesome.
them.
Yeah.
And then it picked up. And
Okay.
alhamdulillah, it's doing really well.
Yeah, so that's 5 years down the line now? 5? It's 2022? Yeah, 5. 2017 you started, or 2018?
No, she started her page back then. We started the clothing brand about 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Solid, yeah.
Yeah.
It takes that's the standard thing, no? It takes about 3 years to figure out if the business is going to make it or not.
Really?
Sana, you're in the green now. You're good. Everything's good now, inshallah.
Does it take 3?
So that's the thing, that you have to at least work it for 3 years. You
Yeah.
Matlab,
You know what? I feel like you're always working it. I feel like that doesn't stop.
no,
Yeah.
it's not meant to, I think.
Yeah.
But you need to, bolte ye hai ki you need to at least give it that much. You can't just
Okay.
one bad season and you're done.
No. You can't be done.
No.
You have to keep pushing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. So so it was doing well, but how was it received? Because we are also a very, okay. So I'm assuming fitness apparel will be purchased by the upper middle class and the upper class.
Yes.
Obviously, the lower class
Yeah.
can't afford it. And to that end, these classes are then also brand conscious.
Mm-hmm.
How was that? How was that interaction? How was it marketing your product as something that is comparable to, say, Nike or whatever?
That's always been a big thing for us. I feel like, sad to say, but sometimes when you get things from here, you're like, it's cheap quality, let's just get it from abroad.
Yeah.
That happens, right?
Of course.
So from the beginning, Sana and I were like, people here deserve to have good quality.
Sure.
Like, why shouldn't we? Something made locally should be good. And we made sure it was comparable to something you'd get abroad from the beginning. And I think people started picking up on that genuinely.
Yeah.
And so whether being brand conscious or not, at the end of the day, if you know you're getting a good product, good
That's it.
quality, it'll last you, you
That's
buy
it.
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I think as of late, with the not the advent, but with the rise in popularity of brands like Rasta, so Rasta, it's an apparel company
Yeah.
that
I've
is
seen it,
doing
yeah.
rounds abroad,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
they also don't shy away from pricing it
Yeah.
as such. But I think that's beautiful, because like you've said, for the longest time, यही होता था कि नहीं यार यहाँ पे कोई ऐसी चीज थोड़ी मिल सकती
Yeah,
है,
you'd
know.
rather get it from
Of
abroad.
course, you
Yeah.
don't want to buy jeans locally.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah.
You're gonna buy Levi's, वो भी पाकिस्तानी वाली नहीं चाहिए. But they're all made in Pakistan.
Yeah,
you
they
know?
are all made in Pakistan.
But I don't know. Like you said, as long as there's good quality, as long as the standard of quality is maintained, what's the problem?
People buy it. Yeah.
So how's that been in terms of marketing and engaging with customers? And once they realized, okay, it is a good product, how was that reaction for you?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Obviously, when people are actually wearing your stuff, like when we go out in public and you see someone over there wearing LFA tights, it feels amazing.
Okay, only for women though?
Only for women.
Okay. That's fine.
Right now, it's only for women.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not upset.
Maybe in the future.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
It's only been 3 years, right?
Yeah.
What's it called? Okay. So how was that business in the lockdown? Because
Yeah.
how was that?
Surprisingly, it did well because
Yeah.
people are bored. They're shopping.
Yeah.
At-home workouts became a big thing.
Sure. They did, yeah.
They
yeah.
did. So people, you market it accordingly, and people buy. So
Mm-hmm.
it was good. In terms of production, it became a little bit slow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Understandable.
but alhamdulillah, like no issues there.
No.
No.
Alhamdulillah. That's
People
good.
were sitting at home. They were bored. They were online shopping.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So now let's come to your kind of journey towards the studio, right? You said you've been taking some clients, but official opening is next week, inshallah.
Yeah.
Was that always the goal, to open up your own studio?
I never thought about what my ultimate goal would be, honestly.
Okay.
I just wanted to be doing this like full time.
Okay. So is Natasha's open now?
She's taking appointments from her house right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to ask you is, you couldn't continue with her
No, I
again?
couldn't.
No.
I couldn't. She said that, when my new space opens up, you're welcome to join
Inshallah,
back.
yeah.
But there was no way I could work from there. She's working from her house.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So that kind of ended off its own accord. And did you think then because I think that's kind of dangerous, no? When there's lockdowns being initiated and businesses are shutting down left, right, and center. Because
it was really scary.
yeah, and then did you us waqt mein, in that I don't know,
Yeah.
epoch of time, you decide nahi mujhe business karna hai. What was that?
Really scary.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, we had an empty space. My family was like, you've been wanting, you do this already.
Yeah.
You go to shoots, you freelance. Why not have your own space? I was like, no, the time is not right. No one knows me. No one's, you compare yourself to people who are already well established.
Sure, you can't help it.
No
Yeah.
one's gonna come. Like, why would I open up? And then COVID lockdown, they were like, lucky, alhamdulillah, I had this support. They were like, no, do it. And you're never ready. You
No,
just
you
have to
aren't.
jump the gun.
Yeah.
And that's what happened.
I think 100% correct. You just, I mean, you learn along the way, and you just have to jump the gun. If you don't, I think you would have been preparing for another 7 years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Before you did anything.
If you're working on fear and not being ready, when are you ever gonna take the next step?
Never. I
Never.
think. No, yeah,
You're
I don't
never
think so.
gonna. No one's ever ready.
No.
No.
So anyway, so you did take the step, and alhamdulillah for supportive families. And then what was the space was already there? Where is the space? Phase 2.
Phase 2.
Okay. And what was it like, getting it? I'm sure, because of your penchant for interior design, you also designed it yourself. How was that like? What? No.
I had people help me out.
Oh, people help. So, yeah.
Not a good experience.
What?
Yeah. I don't want to.
No, don't say their names, but
Yeah.
just talk about the experience.
I don't know what to say.
Oh, well, let's just start. So was the space completely empty when you start? Was it just like a room?
It was a really ugly space,
Okay.
like bare,
Okay.
empty. And I hired people, got
Okay.
them on board, and
Okay.
work started. I was actually because of me liking interior design, I was so like specific on what I wanted. I
Sure.
I made a mood board. I literally
As you
drew
do.
it out.
There you go.
I drew out the whole space. I was like, I want the mirrors to be like this. And, the designers have something else in mind, but you really push for what you
Of
want and you
course.
get it done.
Yeah. So that's what happened?
That's what happened.
I feel like there's some juice you're not giving me right now.
There is juice, but what's the point? Like,
There's no point.
It's okay. They also worked hard. People work hard. Sometimes you don't see eye to eye, but the job is done.
Sure. ऐसा ही है नहीं, आप सही बोल रहे हो, जाहिर है.
Yeah.
So my thing, though, my again angle would be, sometimes contractors or people of that sort
Yeah.
will take you less seriously if you're a woman.
Yes.
Was that something that happened?
Not a woman, a young person.
Oh, just a young person generally.
A young person.
Okay.
You don't know anything. This is your first project.
Yeah.
So yeah, obviously that I've been working for so many years now. I know how it feels not to be taken seriously for too long, to recognize that.
Sure. Yeah. Because the thing is, so I'm a bit older than you, and I also have this beard now to
Yes.
prove that I'm old
Yes.
enough. But I do remember erstwhile, if I would talk to people, na, there was a certain kind of confusion.
Yeah.
You'd think that you were going crazy. You always
Okay.
doubt yourself. Na?
Yeah.
You're just like, nahi, aisa thodi ho sakta.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I'm saying something, they're going to do it because I'm the one paying for it or what have you, right? But they're just like trivializing what you're saying left, right, and center.
Yeah.
So it's stuff like this.
100%.
Yeah. But anyways, so you finally got what you wanted.
Yes.
And what was that like? Just the space and just is there a page for it? There's a page for
There
it now.
is a page, yeah. It's my current page only. I just changed it from Manal's Makeup to Manal's Beauty Studio.
Right, Manal's Beauty Studio. That's exciting, man.
You should do more research.
Pata hai kya? So here's why I don't.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
But here's why I don't. Like people have. So you're being really nice. I've had people on that straight up were upset.
Yeah.
They're like, so you've checked out none of my work? I was like, no, I haven't.
No, it's okay.
But here's why I don't,
Yeah.
right? Because I want to have a conversation.
Yeah.
If I wanted to ask you pointed questions, if I wanted to do this like an interview, फिर मैं research करता.
Which
right?
is completely fine.
Yeah.
If I'm one day like a celebrity, then I might be like, you're into your... But
Would you do that? No, now I know you. Now I know you. Listen, man. Now it's only ever going to be this.
Okay, if Kim Kardashian is sitting, then she can be like, you're into your research. But if...
मतलब किम कार्दाशियन अगर बैठी हुई हैं और वो अगर मुझे ये बोल रही हैं तो मैं बोलूँगा कोई बात नहीं. But I'd still be like, नहीं research तो मैंने नहीं की, किम आपकी भी नहीं की मैंने.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But let's hope you're successful, inshallah.
Inshallah.
What are some of the other hurdles that... Is it fair to say that, you know, opening up a business as a woman generally is a little more difficult? Because I've heard it's still a shit show if you go to get a bank account made as a woman,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So are there hurdles specific to, you know, women owning a business that you faced? Because, I mean, you're now a business owner.
Yeah, of course they are. Of course they are. You know, like I mentioned earlier, people don't take you as seriously.
Okay.
Especially if you're young. Like being a woman, A, and then B, being young.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't know anything. So, of course, there are hurdles. I don't know how to specifically talk about them. For me, personally, like even in my own family, being at the forefront is a problem. So you can do business, but don't be in the forefront. I feel like people are so scared of how in our society people react to women being in the public eye or being out there, putting themselves out there. That's always scary at the back end, like for my family. So that is a personal hurdle that I face.
Is it justified, do you think? Because अगर इस माशरे में रहना है और काम करना है,
Yeah.
so they're not wrong. These imperatives then follow you along wherever you go.
Yeah, I completely get that. But how long are you going to like stay quiet for, not put yourself out there for? You know, you have to.
Sure.
You have to. That's how you grow.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you. And so essentially just that's been the thing कि public eye में ख़वातीन ना आए तो बेहतर
Yeah.
है.
Yes.
You know.
Definitely.
I had a person on. She's a graphic designer. She's a
Okay.
graphic designer, and she has again a beautiful studio and everything,
Okay.
doing work with some big brands.
Yeah.
And so only difference is that graphic designing, unfortunately, is understood to be a man's work, right? And so she told me, this person, that she would often not tell her clients that they were speaking to a woman.
Okay.
Sara kaam waam ho jata tha,
Okay.
they'd get all the work done,
Yeah.
right? But she was like, it's just in my best interest to not tell them. They just tell them that they're talking to the company and not a company run by a woman. Like there's even that distinction apparently.
You know what? I realized a long time ago that no, why should I hide it? I am.
Yeah.
So what?
No,
It's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So nothing. But that is a decision then that you're making, that even if you lose, I mean, khair, makeup artist or being a makeup artist, would that distinction still apply here? Like, would people still prefer the company being owned by a man?
No.
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 Right. Yeah.
There are men who do it.
Yeah. Of
and
course.
they do a great job. Yeah.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I've been to some shoots.
Yeah.
I was like, God damn, son.
Yeah. They do a great job. Yeah. What was my point?
Your point was, but this is it, and I'm not
Yeah,
hiding this.
There are some days, like even at the office with LFA, before getting into a meeting or something, sometimes I gear myself up. I'm like, what would a man do? How would a man handle this meeting? Because when you have a meeting, back at LFA, we deal with mostly men. They're men working for us.
LFA?
So, Living Fit Apparel,
Living Fit
the
Apparel.
clothing brand.
Yeah.
So
Because that's production work, right? So mostly men.
So you're
Okay.
talking to men. So sometimes I do gear myself up. Like, how would a man handle this interview? It's just so sad, but it helps.
Yeah. Well, I think, देखो, एक बात सुनो. I think it's interesting because कार्ल युंग एक फिलोसोफर थे, साइकोलॉजिस्ट थे. उन्होंने ये फरमाया कि हम सब के अंदर there is both feminine and masculine.
100%.
So I suppose what you're alluding to is just, maybe certain tasks require masculine traits.
You're 100% right. All
know?
of us have like masculine and feminine energy.
Yeah.
Sorry if I sound wishy-washy right now, but we do.
Yeah.
But like leadership and all these things are masculine, and then taking care of yourself, other people, your more nurturing qualities are your feminine energies.
Yeah.
It's important to tune into each at the required time.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because you will require both,
Yeah.
right? You're kidding yourself if you think you're never going to require either or as a man or a woman.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, now, what's the work now? Now you, alhamdulillah, have a space. It's
Yeah.
designed to your liking,
Yeah.
right? You have all this, है ना?
Yes,
है ना?
yes.
अब तो हो गया ना?
Yes.
Okay. पता पड़े अभी भी. Just makes a face.
No.
Okay. But now, like you've said, there's juggernauts in this industry who are also doing the same work. So what's like, without divulging any top secret plans, what's the step forward? You just do your work, you just put yourself out there and see who comes?
You do your work, you put yourself out there, you keep creating. I don't have a specific plan in mind, but just do it and you hope for the best.
Yeah.
But what I realized is that it's so important to market yourself. You
Okay.
can be doing the best work ever. If you don't market yourself right, no one will care, no one will come.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure, yes.
So that is one thing I struggle with, is to market myself well.
How come?
Oh, I'm bad at taking pictures, like I was talking to you about earlier.
Yeah.
So I could do the most beautiful makeup, but if I take a picture, it'll look 50%, like it doesn't catch on camera. So you have to be good at marketing yourself, putting yourself out there correctly to grab the right audience.
Sure.
That is the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's exciting, man. It's
really,
exciting.
really exciting.
Now that we've spoken about all the PG stuff.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
What?
What's
next?
What's going on? Oh, now I want to know if you have any what's it called, scoops, as it were, because you work with a very, very powerful lady, Kamal, once who started Soul Sisters Pakistan, right? She used to be a makeup artist.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
And the thing is, she highlighted such an interesting paradigm, right? Because you never, so we're obviously talking about the art of it and all those things, but there was this one thing that she highlighted. She's like, listen, I don't know if there is a more vulnerable time than when women are with their makeup artists. And I'm like, interesting. Right? Interesting. Tell me more. I obviously don't know what that is, right? Maybe getting a haircut. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. No? So she's like, because I'd be with these people and I'd sometimes be the last person they would see before they went out to get married or be on shoot, be on camera or whatever, right? So what did you, like, I'm assuming you've done both of those things. So you've done bridals. That's what it's called, bridal.
Yes.
है ना?
Yes.
Bridal work. देखिए homework किया. Bridal. So obviously bridal work, and then also दूसरे वाले को क्या बोलेंगे? Just
like commercial or
commercial.
shoot work.
Shoot work. Do you like how are actresses or actors with makeup artists usually? Are they like condescending? Do they know what they want sometimes?
I haven't worked with anyone that big, but like actresses or models, the ones that I have worked with look, if you stick to your work and if you do your job, then I don't think there should be a problem. I have heard some crazy stories. Luckily, I haven't had those experiences.
No. But what's the stories that you've heard?
There are a few people that are infamous for being rude to the makeup artist. Like, I've heard this one actress who goes to this place, gets her hair done, will like snatch the blow dry brush and go like, you don't know what you're doing, let me do it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. But so that's what I'm asking, because I've spoken to a few actresses about that.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Yes.
why would you do that?
Yeah.
And they're like, क्योंकि जो makeup artists the,
Yeah.
they're not understanding my point of view.
Okay.
So then, because see, you're the expert.
Yeah.
So if I'm bringing in an expert,
Yeah.
right, I need to be able to trust you to
Yeah.
do your work, right?
Yeah.
How am I going to bring in an expert and then do the work myself?
If it's a one-off and if that person is truly like, okay, this artist doesn't get what I want, makes sense. But if you're rude to each and every artist that works with you, that says more about you than the people doing the job.
Yeah. Well, again, this is not a problem per se, but we were speaking about how I am a misanthrope and you are not. You love people, right? I think that's one of the banes of being in the service industry in Pakistan. Na?
Yeah.
They pay you,
Yeah.
and then right after they're done paying you, ab to aap unki property ho gaye na. Now to they own you. So there is, I suppose, some of that attitude going
The
around.
beauty about running your own business is if someone rude or disrespectful walks in, you have the right to say, please leave.
Yeah. Please leave
So-
is what you're going to say. Please
I'm
leave.
always nice to people. So get out, but please get out.
But please get out. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you for coming in. But please get out.
Yeah, you can tell people to leave. There should be no room to be rude or disrespectful. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
But the point you brought up earlier about Kaval saying that, that's the most vulnerable moment, that's so true.
It's so interesting.
But
no?
I actually love it. Like, it's so cool.
Well, I mean, it's sacred almost. No?
Yeah.
If someone's going to be vulnerable with you, you have to be mindful of that. You have to be
Yeah.
reverent. You can't just be like, "Bhai, chal na." I mean, I don't know if you ever talk like that. But now ke baad bolo, bas, just get her done and get her moving.
Yeah.
No, you have to be reverent of the fact that this person is a bundle of nerves right now.
Yeah.
Whether marriage or going on a shoot, dude, you think that's easy? It's horrible.
No, it's not. Yeah, I've had I worked with this really young model once who was really nervous before going in front of the camera. So it's not only about making the person look good. You kind of also have to make them feel good a little bit. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
And I actually genuinely love doing that. It's so empowering almost. You make them feel so good about themselves.
I think that's fantastic.
Yeah.
But also, I do think then that puts a greater onus on other makeup artists. If there's people like you around who are going to be cognizant of this, right? There might be some people who just might be in it for the art or the money or even just a combination of those two things. They're still not considering कि ये आगे से इंसान है and they're being vulnerable and all those things, right?
There are artists like that.
Yeah.
But people pay and people still go because they're good at what they do.
Sure.
Yeah.
So obviously pursuing excellence is a thing.
Yeah.
But so the argument I'm trying to make is they might need to get their act together if people like you then become as good as that, right? Because then what's the excuse,
Yeah.
right? So if you're as good as them, but you're also nice, it's a no-brainer. No?
Everyone responds differently to different kinds of people. Like in school, I did better if I had a nicer teacher.
Sure.
But some people genuinely liked stricter teachers better.
Sure.
I don't know. It depends on how other people receive it as well.
I think that's a positive way of looking at the market. I think what you're espousing is essentially the abundance mentality. कि हम सबके लिए काम है, सबको काम मिल जाएगा.
100%.
There's a person for everyone, so that sort of thing.
Yeah, 100%. But what I'm also trying to say is that being nice doesn't really matter because people can pay and get really good work from someone who's rude also, and they'll still go.
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
If I were to ask you, you've already alluded to it. Obviously, there's been times when you must have regretted, doubling down on this work. There are times when people, when things get difficult, right? If there's other people that you would speak to that are maybe younger or whatever, right? Yeah. Because I mean, because dekho mein baat suno. I recently spoke to someone who was 13 and they've decided abhi se कि उनको graphic designing करनी है. At 13 years old, I didn't know how to tie my shoelaces. I might have been slow.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And they're like, graphic design, that's what I want.
That's amazing.
But how do you tell someone like that, well, if you want to do this, things are going to get difficult. It's not always going to be sunshines. It's going to be, some rainy days or whatever that cliche is.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to tell them as far as how to get through it. you know?
Well, that's life, right? Like things aren't always amazing. But if you know something is in your blood and you just love it so much.
Okay, so makeup
and
is your blood.
if it like lights a fire in you, then just do it. If you have those bad days, if you feel like you suck. I've had those days also. Sometimes I'm like, I'm horrible. There are people way better than me. Why am I pursuing it? The next day is a new day. Get over and start again. Just keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just anchor yourself in the fact that you love this over the fact that you're the best at it. Per se, right?
If you're aiming to be the best, you're almost aiming to other people are in the equation. You're aiming to be better than other people. But if you're aiming to do it because you love it, you're doing it for yourself.
You gotta do it for yourself.
But also just keep going. Like get over those bad days. Like it's okay.
Okay. So then it's safe to say that you think, I think, action needs to be your default. You can't stop, right? Rukna
There
nahi
are
hai.
days when you do stop. I also have stopped. When it's good for your mental health, you need a break.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can stop, but then you get back up. You can't operate on fear. I always say this. Like you have to take your break, but then get back up.
Yeah. Don't operate on fear. Speaking of mental health, I think you should do a side mein diploma in psychotherapy.
Why do you say that?
Well, we just discussed people are vulnerable in front of you. I mean,
you know what? Growing up as a kid, aside from like the 100 things I wanted to do you remember in newspapers they used to have these columns where people write and then you give them life advice?
Sure.
I always wanted to do that.
You
I wanted to give
them
people advice,
Yeah.
and solve their problems.
Right.
So I'm almost living through that through my job. Like people come to me sometimes and they tell me their problems and I solve it for them.
You solve it. You
Help them solve it.
of course.
Yeah.
यहाँ मैं बता रहा हूँ आपको, you just do a diploma in psychotherapy. Obviously do the full thing, like do the 4-year thing. You know, you're already working, right? So just work. I got this, right? So you do the work, and they do the psychotherapy, and then you'll really have a market advantage.
Oh my God.
You know, then there's no one like you.
No, I think I'm doing enough things right now.
Between the two businesses, yeah, I'm thinking you're doing enough.
Sana and I have this problem where we're like, we can also do this, we can also do that. This is a new business idea, that's a new business idea. But then you're like, wait, first let's get to a certain point with the current businesses that we have and then we'll start something new.
Right. So with both of your businesses, generally your own family, you've said so far, has been supportive.
Yeah.
Right.
Alhamdulillah.
But at what point did you? Because there's a point when they're doing it just because they care about you, right? But then there is that beautiful moment, I think, where they realize ki acha nahi, the idea was also good and there is proof of concept now. Has that happened yet? Did that happen? Is it going to happen?
I'm
Inshallah?
not there yet with my makeup studio because my family is a business family.
Okay.
So they understand like trading, they understand selling a product.
They understand margins, profit, loss.
Yeah, no one has been in the service industry yet. So in that sense, that hasn't happened. But it will. I have faith, inshallah.
Because it must have happened for your other thing, right?
Yeah.
Right?
But
Like,
that
okay,
also you're selling a product, so they still get it.
Yeah.
But with the service industry, they don't really get it.
Yeah.
You know, like be a businesswoman, sell things. Why do you have to stand and do things? Teach people how to do it.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, that's something that's so interesting. That's something. So I also come from a business family.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. That's something. One of my elders said to me. So I was like,
really?
I was like, "Mujhe photography karni hai."
Yeah.
Not for this. This is the like, it's good. You're having conversation.
Yeah,
that's fine,
yeah.
right? They're like, essay. I'm like, but I was like, I want to do photography. They're like, okay. One of the best ways to make money as a photographer is wedding photography. They're like, wo nahi kar sakte aap.
Why?
That's what I asked. I was,
Okay.
like, so there's some people doing really good work,
Amazing,
you know,
yeah.
and they're making good money, but
Yeah.
that's besides the point. The work is literal art, you know. How do they make every bride and every groom look like art? Because it's such good work. And they just couldn't have that. They're like, nahi, kyun apne haath se kaam karne ki kya zarurat hai? Chal.
That mentality is
You know?
definitely there.
And I'm not condescending. It's just so interesting because they built their businesses with their hands. That's how they did that. Oh, sorry, AC check कर रहा था. हाँ, तो अचानक से उसकी आवाज़ कम हुई, मैंने कहा, "हाँ, क्या? Dude, air conditioners, man." But you know, they built that with their hands. And it's interesting that they don't want that same fate for their children. Because खुद तो अपने हाथों से ही काम किया होगा ना. जब business बन रही होगी, business wasn't always good.
It's a very good point. It's actually a very good point.
I just think about that sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like, because the thing is, like I said, in all the work that you could be doing, makeup artist is a very saaf suthra kaam. You know, you deal with one person at a time, and it's very cordial. You could be doing some you know, you could be doing journalism, dude. You know, you could be out in the field, you know, things blowing up left, right, and center. This is Pakistan, you know.
Yeah.
And women pursue journalism as well, and
They
you know,
do.
all the love and respect to them.
Yeah.
Allah unko bhi kamyab kare, inshallah. But compared to that, this is not like.
That's a very good point, actually. Yeah.
First they came.
But so you decided not to pursue photography?
Nahi, my thing was I was doing portraits anyways.
Okay.
So I wasn't doing wedding portraits. I was just
Okay.
doing neon portraits,
Okay.
right? And that's वैसे be a niche. It's a very particular thing. So I was like, हाँ चलो ठीक है देखते हैं. So,
Okay.
yeah. So it wasn't something that I was planning on pursuing anyways. It was just a sort of consideration
Okay.
that they had. They were like, yeah, photography kar lo, right?
But not wedding
But not wedding
photography.
and not fashion either.
Okay.
I was like, मैं क्या करूँ? Like, you know, मतलब, you know, just become, I don't know, just become one of the best in the world. Like, yeah, but you get there through this.
Yeah,
Now.
everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
course.
You just have to respect that. And also, just because your loved ones have a certain opinion doesn't mean you have to agree with it.
Absolutely not,
Yeah.
right? But also something else that you said that's very interesting is you don't have to be antagonistic to them either.
Yeah.
है ना? Like
yeah.
you could just be, okay, that's what you believe.
Yeah,
Cool.
definitely.
I'm still going to do this, but that doesn't change anything between us.
Yeah.
Because far too often we'll anchor our personalities or the kind of people we are in our beliefs.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So अगर मैंने आपको एक बात बोली, say I am someone older than you in your family. Say I'm an elder of your family, right? And I say something to you. And you're like, no, with respect, but you're like, no, I'll still pursue this. Far too often, I feel, we take that to heart. We take that personally. We're
Yeah.
like, yaar, meri baat kyun nahi mani?
Yeah.
Versus thinking about why she's not doing
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah, yeah.
Versus thinking about why,
Yeah.
you know, what she needs.
And that happens.
Of course.
It happens. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? I will ask you this though, right? So you obviously have exposure. And you understand, by exposure, I mean that typical exposure कि you understand that this work is very lucrative बाहर की markets में. Was that ever a consideration कि ये काम यहाँ पे इतना मुश्किल है? बाहर तो, you know, there's conventions for this work and it's clean work. Did you ever think about, you know, going abroad?
Of course I did.
Yeah, of course you did.
I
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Who doesn't think about it? The only reason why I didn't pursue that is because I love my family too much and they live here.
Oh, that's cute. Mashallah se.
That
That's
is
nice.
the truth.
Yeah.
But the grass is always greener on the other side as well. But I did want to pursue it abroad.
Where abroad?
It's like backstage, Paris Fashion Week. Let's do makeup there. Let's like...
I mean, you don't know. You might still be assigned.
Exactly.
You know?
So that's the thing. And that's why when you ask what is the goal with the studio, you just keep, I feel like you just follow your love for what you do and then it takes you wherever you're meant to go.
Fair enough.
Might even end up there in a few years. Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
Or next year.
Maybe.
Inshallah. You never know. You really don't do it. I think it's super exciting. I think every time I meet someone who's young and who's starting a business, I think absolutely go for it, but also understand that this needs to, like, you need to settle into this. This can't be, oh, I'm going to go full throttle for 6 months
Okay.
and then nothing. You know, settle into this. This is years.
Oh,
this is
yeah.
the long game, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So you have to love it. You can't just be like,
Do you ever think when you interview young people, you're like, oh, they're so full of passion and life. Little do they know when they get...
I do
You
that.
think that?
I think that sometimes,
so I
yeah.
wonder if you're thinking that.
No. I think you so listen. I don't understand youth to be a function of chronological age.
Okay.
It's जब आप बहुत ज़्यादा philosophy पढ़ लेते हैं ना,
Yeah.
तो फिर आपके साथ ये हो जाता है, right? So I understand this is going to be very wishy-washy, but
Okay.
just bear with me, right?
Okay.
So I understand age to be a function of experiences, right? So at 18, I had been through things
Okay.
that I felt made me more mature than certain 25-year-olds, right?
Yeah.
And at 18, there was nowhere near the amount of stuff that I could have ever seen that my dad had seen. And so he was, again, so I feel like the metaphor is putting miles on your soul. So I do feel that with certain kids, right? I'll call them kids. 21, 22, 23 साल के होते हैं, छोटे होते हैं, right? And I'll talk to them. And, because we're having this conversation and because I've not done any research, I'm just straight up unki zabani sun raha hota hu main, right? And they're telling me about, how they're going to do this, they're going to do that. So I'm just their opinion is what I'm getting, or just their view
Yeah.
is what I'm getting, their perspective. And sometimes it does come across to me as, oh, but you just haven't seen it,
Yeah.
But I'm not getting that from you, alhamdulillah. So it's good. You're good. Just miles on the soul, dude. Like, I mean, you have to. The thing is, no one's getting out of life alive, right? Also, no one's getting, that's how it is, right?
Yeah.
Also, no one's getting out of life without being changed fundamentally. But it depends on when that happens. I think lucky are those who this happens to at an early age. Because think about being set in your ways when you get older. Because when you're young, you're malleable. Think about being set in your ways when you get older, or phir kuch hota hai. I feel like that's almost worse.
What do you mean? Like you find your passion when you're older and you're already set in your ways? Is that what you're saying?
Not even passion, failure is what I'm talking about, right? What if, because the world brings you to your knees,
Yeah.
right? And if that happens later on in life and you've never experienced it before, I'm not saying it can't happen later on in life, ho to jata hai, but if you've never experienced it before, if you've never experienced hardship, because there's kids, let's be honest, that haven't, alhamdulillah. उनके लिए मुझे ज़्यादा डर इसलिए लगता है because if they go through something, world altering later on in life, how are they going to recover from it?
Yeah.
Allah रहम करे, ज़ाहिर है,
Yeah.
but that worries me sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think everyone has their own hardships, no? Like
100%.
even as kids and even when you're that young,
Yes.
how do you get to 80 and 60 and then experience failure for the first time?
I don't know.
It's not possible.
No, but maybe not 60, but what about 35? 35 is still pretty old, man. 35. At 35, you basically decided, sorted out what kind of a person you are. That's erroneous, but that happens, right? At 35, you're like, मैं इस किस्म का इंसान हूँ. And then if your world shatters around you, that's scary. For the
it's
first
tough.
time, that's scary.
Yeah, that's true.
That's dangerous. So ये मैं सोचता हूँ कभी-कभी, but I've never spoken to a makeup artist before.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So and so I don't know what that market is like, but like I said, you're saying all the right things. Allah कामयाब करेगा आपको.
Thank you.
Yeah. So in terms of that stuff, is there anything else that you want to talk about in terms of pursuing makeup artistry, or what else would you besides the classic stuff, right? Besides the shoots and the commercial work and all that stuff, because when we collaborated on a Halloween shoot.
Yeah.
Right? You want to do some stuff like this again?
Yeah, definitely. Why not?
Yeah, but is there market, as in, do people pay for this?
Do people pay for this? It's not about the payment. It's about getting together with people to create art.
Is that going to pay your bills?
Then you have a business to pay your bills, and that should support you enough for you to pursue your hobbies. So
Yeah.
I would also do things like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. Why not?
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Do you see this business as something that you want other branches of, or is this like one-off? ठीक है, खुद करती रहूं.
You know what? Like when I was talking to my family and they were like, you have to scale up eventually. You have to train other people to do it.
Logical to यही है.
I don't understand like training other people to do makeup and you stamping your name on it. Like, hey, I got this done from Manal's. Like, I am the artist, I will always want to do the art.
Okay.
It might seem really silly. I know you're thinking small, but
no.
that's where I don't see eye to eye.
Okay.
I'll always want to create the art.
I think that's interesting, man. I
Yeah.
think that's an interesting opinion. I see your point, right? But
So scale up maybe in other senses, like maybe open other like, so it's a beauty studio. So we also do things like mani-pedis and hair treatments
Yeah.
and nails and, things like that. So maybe have other branches with those things.
yeah,
But as far as the art goes, I feel like I'll always want to do that.
yeah.
Or maybe train other people and not put my name on it. Like
Not
this
put your
is
name-
done by my assistant
Okay.
or whoever.
Okay.
So maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea where life is going to take me, honestly.
That's all right, dude.
I am living day by day.
That's it. That's all you have. Just get through the day. That's it. That's beautiful. Mashallah say. Okay. Final question. At what age? So, you learned when you learned, and you obviously, so there is privilege, but there's also hard work, and you did all those things, alhamdulillah. At what age do you think you would be comfortable taking people on and training them? Like, what age would you want them? Because, it makes a difference. Like, if you get someone who's 30, again, like I said, if you get someone who's like 28, now they're set in their ways. So at what age would you, what kind of, what age would you like your students to be?
As people who are working for me, like doing what age? They can be any age that they want. Why would
तो
it
फिर आप
matter?
बड़े उम्र के लोगों को सिखाओगे कैसे?
If they have, I mean, then you don't take a dud, right? You take someone who knows the art.
Right. Please, आप डड हैं? आप please नहीं काम करें हमारे साथ.
You see their skill and you take someone who's capable.
Yeah.
I don't think their age matters. I think my age will matter. Like, I'll see how well it does. And if my hands are really full, then I might be like, okay, it's time to train someone who can help me out or maybe speed up the process a little bit. But why would their age matter?
Because age is directly correlated to with ability to learn, no? Like if you get someone who's 18, they're malleable.
If they're coming into the industry at like 50 wanting to learn, then
वैसे ही आपके पास नहीं आएंगे. आप बोलो, नहीं, I'm sorry.
go somewhere else.
I'm sorry. It's over.
No, that's not true. You can learn at any age.
Sure.
But you have to be good enough to ask people for money then.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. So adhering to pragmatic principles, you're saying anyone can learn.
I get that a lot, that I'm very pragmatic.
You have to be.
People say that a lot.
Listen, you have to be, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know, we obviously want to say anyone can do anything at any age, but that's not true. That's just, okay. So you and I, we have physical pursuits in common,
Yeah.
right? So you've tried the Olympic lifts.
Yeah.
I've tried the Olympic lifts.
Yeah.
The
How
average,
did you even know that?
we spoke about it when we did the collaboration.
We did. Okay.
The CrossFit and stuff, no?
Oh, I didn't remember that conversation. Okay.
Say it.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
Okay.
So my thing is, there's a reason why those Olympic lifters start at like 8 or 12 years old. You cannot take someone who's 28, been doing something else in life, and hope to make them a good weightlifter. That's a very rare exception.
28?
28.
Of course you can. Of course you can.
Name one. मैंने research किया इस चीज पे.
On someone who started at that age?
Started at 28 and then became an Olympian.
Oh, becoming an Olympian.
Yeah,
Okay, well, if your goals are that big, then
Yeah.
you have to start a little bit early.
That's it.
And of course, they are physical restraints, right? Like,
Of course.
yeah, that is there. But with other things, you can start at any age.
I guess. एक मिनट जो अजान हो जाए. All right, so we're back from the break. Azan, I see we took a break. During the break, we did speak about the fact that it's always on your mind. The clothing brand that you and your sister have. It is also important for it to look good.
Yeah.
What's that process like?
When you're designing the clothes, you just make sure that it's stylish enough to be worn inside and outside the gym.
Okay.
Like that's always been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like athleisure.
Yeah, kind of. So it's also like strict active wear. Like the tights are amazing quality. You can wear them during high intensity, but it looks good enough where you can also wear it outside the gym.
Okay.
So we'll design like these like wrap around tops. I just designed one. So things like that.
Wrap around.
As in like you tie it around and
Oh.
you can go see the designs.
I will go see. I mean, again, what am I doing checking it? It's not even for men. I'm just like, yeah, ये तो बहुत अच्छा है यार. This is really good quality. Manal, this has been a lot of fun.
Yeah,
right?
it has.
Thank you. Are you surprised?
I said it has.
But there was like a question
No,
mark.
no,
right about
it has.
Yes. Okay. Anyways, please shout out your Instagram.
Okay.
आपके studio का. Oh, you don't give out your personal wala, है ना?
Definitely not.
Definitely not. Okay.
No.
So give out your studio wala Instagram, and do you have a website for your studio?
I don't have a website yet.
Will you at some point?
I don't know.
Okay.
We have a website for a clothing brand.
Okay, yeah. So shout out all of that, please, and I'll also put links in the description.
Yeah.
But it's good practice to also say it at the end of the podcast.
Okay.
So
Okay.
studio.
My studio is Manal's Beauty Studio.
Manal's Beauty Studio.
This is so funny. You can just put it in the link.
No, I'll also. This is important. This is that human interaction. Manal's Beauty Studio on Instagram.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the clothing brand is Living Fit Apparel.
Has a website.
Yeah. We
Has
have a website.
Instagram.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Only for women. Living Fit Apparel on Instagram and a website. And Manal's Beauty Studio.
Yes.
Only on Instagram. No Facebook.
I do have a Facebook. I'm really bad at Facebook. I should probably keep that updated.
I heard somewhere that at least Pakistan mein Facebook is the thing.
Really?
Yeah, for marketing.
Oh.
I don't know. People talk, right?
I feel like it's more for like
Products.
Like yeah, exactly. Maybe Lipton, their Facebook page would be great.
Maybe Lipton. I don't know why you would. I don't know why
It
you'd
just
single out
came to
Lipton
mind.
as opposed to Tapal.
It just
Lipton, but Tapal, no.
No, it just came to mind. But who uses Facebook anymore?
I hardly ever do.
Same. That's why I'm bad at updating it, but I should.
Mm-hmm. But अब तो metaverse हो गया ना. Now तो we'll
Oh,
all be in it
gosh.
and all those things, right?
Yeah.
What do you envision your makeup services being like in the metaverse?
Hopefully, we'll still have some sense of normalcy. So I probably won't even go there.
But what if? Can you imagine that? Like
No.
not putting makeup on avatars? No, you can't do it.
It's like the hand to face contact. It's like real life contact. That's everything.
That's everything.
Yeah.
Super old school. I like it.
Yeah.
I do like it. Manal Garib, this has been wonderful.
Thank you so much.
I really hope that you succeed in all that you do, inshallah.
Thank you.
And,
You too.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And then when you're a big makeup artist, then you can come back.
Definitely.
You can come back anyways. All right. Manal Garib, Kazi Akbar. Assalamu alaikum.